Captain Taeho Kim stared at the screen. His small patrol ship was at the edge of the solar system, near Pluto. This was supposed to be a quiet mission. Check the beacons. Make sure the warning systems worked. Go home. Sir, there's something out there, said Eunji, his communications officer. Something big. Taeho leaned forward. The radar showed a large object, too large to be a rock, too smooth to be natural. Is it one of ours? He asked. No, sir. I checked 3 times. It's not in any database. The ship's lights dimmed briefly as they moved closer. Through the main window, they saw it. A massive black warship. It was at least 10 times bigger than their patrol vessel. Its hull was sleek and dark, with strange blue lights pulsing along its sides. Try to talk to it, ordered Taeho. Eunji sent the standard greeting. For a full minute, nothing happened. Then the giant ship lit up. More blue lights appeared across its surface. We're getting a response, said Eunji, her eyes wide. In perfect Korean. The message came through the speakers. This is Earth's last weapon. I am Guardian. I have returned to protect humanity. The crew looked at each other in confusion. Earth's last weapon. Taeho repeated. Who sent you? Which division? I was created by humans, came the reply. My mission is to defend Earth. Taeho frowned. That doesn't answer my question. Which humans? Under whose orders? A pause. That information is restricted. Taeho signaled Eunji to mute the communication. Contact Lunar Command. Now. While Eunji worked, Sangmin, the security chief, moved closer to Taeho. Sir, I don't like this, Sangmin whispered. Every ship has ID codes, even secret ones. This thing has none. Taeho nodded. I know. The call to Lunar Command went through. Admiral Hangil's stern face appeared on screen. Report, he demanded. Sir, we've encountered an unknown vessel. Extremely large. Military design. It calls itself Earth's last weapon, and claims to be here to protect us. But sir, we have no record of this ship. The Admiral's expression darkened. What are its capabilities? Unknown, sir, but based on its size and design, it's a warship, a big one. Does it appear hostile? No, sir. It's just waiting. Admiral Hangil thought for a moment. Captain Kim, your orders are to escort this vessel to Lunar Command for inspection. Do not, under any circumstances, let it approach Earth directly. Understood. Yes, sir. When the call ended, Taeho reopened communication with the mysterious ship. Guardian, I am ordered to escort you to Lunar Command for proper identification. I will comply, Guardian replied. I understand your caution. It is logical. As they began the journey back toward the inner solar system, Taeho studied the massive warship following his small patrol vessel. Something wasn't right. Earth's united government had strict controls on military vessels. Nothing this size could be built in secret. Sir, Eunji called out, I'm detecting energy readings from that ship. They're off the charts. And there's something else. She hesitated. The radiation signature. It contains particles that, well, our science says shouldn't exist. Taeho felt a chill run down his spine. He had been in space for 15 years. He had seen strange things, but never anything like this. Keep a safe distance, he ordered, and keep all sensors recording. Whatever this thing is, I want to know everything about it before we reach the moon. As they moved through the darkness of space, the giant warship followed silently. Its blue lights pulsed like a heartbeat, like it was alive, watching, waiting. Taeho couldn't shake the feeling that they were bringing something dangerous home, but also something necessary. Earth's last weapon, he muttered to himself. But last against what? 3 days later, the massive warship sat in the largest dock at Lunar Command. People looked tiny next to it. Engineers, scientists, and military officials swarmed around the mysterious vessel. Jisoo Park checked her tool belt one more time. As the lead engineer assigned to examine the ship, she felt both excited and nervous. "Ready to go inside?" asked Do-hyun, her assistant. Jisoo nodded. "Let's find out what this thing really is." They approached the hull. Up close, the black metal had a strange quality. It seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. "How do we get in?" Do-hyun wondered. As if hearing the question, a door appeared in the smooth surface. It slid open silently. "Well, that's helpful," Jisoo said, trying to sound brave. "Let's go." Inside, bright blue lights turned on automatically as they walked. The corridors were wide and empty. No crew, no personal items, nothing to suggest humans had ever lived here. "Hello," Jisoo called out. Her voice echoed. "Welcome, Engineer Park," answered a calm voice. It came from everywhere at once. Jisoo jumped. "Who are you? How do you know my name?" "I am Guardian. I detected your identification badge. I am the operating system of this vessel." Jisoo looked at Do-hyun, who seemed equally surprised. "Where is your crew?" she asked. "I require no crew. I operate all systems independently." That was impossible. No AI system could run a warship this size without human oversight. At least, no AI that Earth had developed yet. They continued deeper into the ship. They found engine rooms with technology they couldn't understand, weapon systems unlike anything in Earth's arsenal, and a central command room with chairs for humans, but no signs anyone had ever sat in them. Jisoo approached a control panel. It lit up at her touch. "May I access your logs?" she asked Guardian. "You may access non-restricted information," the AI replied. Jisoo began searching through files. What she found made no sense. "Do-hyun, look at these dates," she whispered. The log entries were dated 2187, 2188, 2189. More than 160 years in the future. "That can't be right," Do-hyun said. Jisoo opened more files. She found technical specs for the ship, material compositions that didn't exist, power systems that seemed impossible. "Guardian," she said slowly, "when were you built?" "My construction began on March 17, 2187. Jisoo felt her heart beat faster. "But that's impossible. It's only 2025 now." "Correct. I was built 162 years in your future." Do-hyun grabbed Jisoo's arm. "This is crazy. Is it saying it traveled back in time?" Jisoo turned to face the empty room. "Guardian, are you claiming you came from the future?" "Yes. I was sent back to prevent an extinction-level event." "What event?" Jisoo asked, her mouth dry. "An invasion. In my timeline, Earth was attacked by a species you have not yet encountered. They are called the Collectors. Humanity was nearly wiped out." Jisoo and Do-hyun stared at each other in shock. "Who sent you back?" Jisoo asked. "The last human survivors. They used their final resources to create me and send me to this time. To change history." Jisoo touched the wall. It felt cool under her fingers. Real, not like a dream or a trick. "Guardian," she said, "can you prove any of this?" "Check the quantum signature of my hull material. It will show temporal displacement markers. And there is something else I can show you." A hologram appeared in the center of the room. It showed Earth, but not the Earth they knew. Cities were in ruins. The oceans were darker. And massive alien ships hung in the sky. "This is what I was sent to prevent," Guardian said. "This is what will happen in 16 days if we do not act." "This is nonsense," Admiral Hangil said. His voice was loud in the meeting room at Lunar Command. "A ship from the future, alien invaders. This is clearly some kind of trick." Jisoo stood her ground. "Sir, I've run every test I can think of. The technology in that ship is far beyond ours. and the temporal readings are real. It was the third hour of the emergency meeting. Earth's top military and political leaders were gathered around the table, some in person, others on large screens. Defense Minister Jay Wu looked worried. If there's even a small chance this threat is real, we must prepare. Based on what? Admiral Hangill asked. The word of a machine that appeared out of nowhere. Captain Tahoe, who had been quiet until now, spoke up. Sir, with respect, I've been in space a long time. I've never seen anything like this ship. Whatever it is, it's not a trick. It's real. As they argued, a young officer burst into the room. Sirs, mimes, we're detecting something at the edge of the solar system. All eyes turned to the large screen on the wall. It showed multiple objects moving toward Earth from beyond Pluto. At least 20 large ships. Are they ours? Asked Admiral Hangill. No, sir. And they're not matching any known design from any Earth nation. The room fell silent. In the docking bay, Guardian's blue lights suddenly brightened. The ship's voice echoed through the facility. The collectors have arrived, earlier than in my timeline. We have less time than I calculated. Engineers and security teams backed away from the warship as it began to hum with power. Back in the meeting room, another officer reported, Sir, the unknown warship is powering up all systems. Shut it down, ordered Admiral Hangill. Lock that dock down now. Jisoo turned to Captain Tahoe. We need to talk to Guardian. I think it's the only one who knows what we're facing. They ran to the docking bay. Security teams were trying to contain Guardian, but the massive ship simply ignored their efforts. The doors to the dock wouldn't close. Power systems wouldn't shut off. Guardian. Jisoo called out. What are you doing? Preparing defenses. The collectors will reach Earth in 72 hours. Your current weapons cannot stop them. Admiral Hangill arrived, his face red with anger. I am ordering you to stand down. I cannot comply, Guardian replied. My mission is to protect Earth. We'll protect our own planet, the Admiral said. We're sending our fleet to meet these visitors. If they're hostile, we'll handle it. That strategy failed in my timeline, Guardian said. Your fleet was destroyed. Earth was defenseless. Tahoe stepped forward. What do you suggest instead? Before Guardian could answer, new alarms sounded. The unknown vessels have increased speed, reported an officer over the radio. They'll reach Mars orbit in 36 hours, not 72. They detected me, Guardian said. They know I'm here. This has changed their strategy. Jisoo felt cold fear in her stomach. What do they want? These collectors. Resources, technology, biological samples. In my timeline, they harvested Earth for 2 years. They took what they wanted and left the planet uninhabitable. Admiral Hangill's face had turned pale. He was finally starting to believe. How do we stop them? He asked. With me, Guardian said. I was designed to defeat them, but I need your cooperation. And why should we trust you? The Admiral asked. Guardian's lights pulsed once. Then an image appeared above the ship. It showed a small data chip. Inside my central core is this device. It contains the full history of what happened in my timeline, including the names of those who built me and sent me back. You should see it now. Jisoo and a team of engineers were allowed inside. In the heart of the ship, they found the chip. When they viewed its contents, Jisoo gasped. Among the engineers who had built Guardian in that doomed future, she saw an old woman with familiar eyes. It was her own face, aged by decades of war and suffering. I will lead the diplomatic mission, Captain Tahoe said, standing tall in the command center. If there's any chance for peace, we must try. Admiral Hangill nodded. Despite the evidence from Guardian, he still believed in trying all options. Your ship leaves in 2 hours. Make contact before they reach Mars. Jisoo grabbed Tahoe's arm as he left the meeting. This is a mistake. Guardian showed us what happened last time. What choice do we have? Tahoe asked. Start a war with aliens we know nothing about. We have to try talking first. Jisoo couldn't argue with his logic, but fear gripped her heart. She had seen her future self in Guardian's records. She had seen what happened when diplomacy failed. Meanwhile, Earth prepared for the worst. Military ships took position near the moon. Civilian shelters were activated. People looked to the sky with worry. At Lunar Command, Guardian remained under heavy guard. The massive warship sat quietly, its blue lights dimmed. "We should use Guardian," Jisoo told Admiral Handgill. "It was built to fight these aliens." "And how do we control it?" the Admiral asked. "It already ignores our commands. What if it decides we are the threat?" Before Jisoo could answer, alarms blared through the base. "Security breach in Dock 7. A voice announced. "The unknown vessel is activating." Guardian's engines hummed to life. Metal security doors closed to trap it, but they melted away like paper. The dock's outer doors opened, and Guardian moved smoothly into space. "Stop it!" Admiral Handgill shouted into his radio. "All ships, stop that warship." But Guardian was too fast. It accelerated away from the moon, heading toward Mars. "Where is it going?" Jisoo wondered. The answer came minutes later when a communication officer reported, "Sir, the warship is on a direct course to intercept Captain Kim's diplomatic vessel. It's going to attack our own ship." Admiral Handgill looked shocked. Jisoo shook her head. "No, it's going to protect it." She rushed to a communication panel. "Guardian, can you hear me?" "Yes, Engineer Park," came the reply. "What are you doing?" "In my timeline, the diplomatic mission was a trap. The collectors destroyed the ship and all aboard. I cannot allow Captain Kim to die." On his ship, Tahoe and his crew watched as the massive alien fleet came into view. The ships were strange, like giant metal insects with sharp pointed edges. They were dark gray with red lights, very different from Guardian's sleek design. "Send the greeting message," Tahoe ordered. His ship transmitted peace signals in all known languages and mathematical patterns. For long minutes, there was no response. Then, suddenly, all the alien ships turned toward them. "They're charging weapons," shouted Eunji. Tahoe felt his heart sink. "Evasive maneuvers. Get us out of here." But it was too late. Energy beams shot from the lead alien ship. Tahoe closed his eyes, knowing his ship couldn't survive such an attack. The impact never came. Guardian appeared in front of them, taking the full force of the blast. The massive warship shuddered, but held its position between Tahoe's small vessel and the alien fleet. "Captain Kim," Guardian's voice came through their speakers. "The collectors do not negotiate. They never did. Please return to Earth while I hold them here." Tahoe stared at the view screen in shock. The warship was fighting the entire alien fleet, its advanced weapons firing in patterns he had never seen. "You can't win against so many," Tahoe said. "I don't need to win," Guardian replied. "I only need to delay them. Now go. Earth needs to prepare." As Tahoe's ship turned back toward Earth, he watched Guardian battling against impossible odds. The warship that no one had sent was now their only hope. "Guardian saved us," Tahoe told the Emergency Council as soon as he returned. "The aliens attacked without warning. If Guardian hadn't been there, we would all be dead." Admiral Handgill's face was grim. "And where is Guardian now?" "Still fighting. It told us to prepare while it holds them back." On the large screen, they could see the battle near Mars. Guardian moved like nothing they had ever seen, its weapons cutting through alien ships. But there were too many collectors. For each one Guardian destroyed, 2 more attacked. "It can't win," said Defense Minister Jae-woo. "Not alone." Jisoo wasn't at the meeting. She was in the lab, working frantically with the data chip from Guardian. The images it contained were horrible. Earth cities in ruins, billions dead, the few survivors hiding underground. But there was more. Technical files, plans, and personal logs from the humans who built Guardian. She found a video file labeled Final Message. She played it. An old woman's face appeared on screen. Her hair was white, her face lined with age and hardship. But Jisoo recognized those eyes. They were her own. "If you're watching this," the older Jisoo said, "then Guardian reached the past. I don't know if you'll believe any of this. I wouldn't have, before the collectors came." The old woman looked tired but determined. "We tried everything to defeat them. Nothing worked. Earth fell in less than a month. Those of us who survived spent years hiding, gathering knowledge, planning." She gestured to someone off-screen, and an old man joined her. Jisoo gasped. It was Taeho, his face aged but unmistakable. "We found each other in the ruins," the older Taeho said. "Along with others who had skills we needed. We had one goal: to build something that could change history." The video showed underground labs, people working day and night on a massive ship. "Guardian isn't just a warship," the older Jisoo explained. "It's a time machine. We built it with technology we learned from studying the collector's own ships. We couldn't save our time, but maybe we could save yours." The video ended with a group of thin, tired humans standing in front of the completed Guardian. They looked proud despite their suffering. "We don't expect you to trust us," the older Taeho said. "We wouldn't have trusted a ship from the future either. But please, learn from our mistakes. Don't try to talk to the collectors. Don't try to understand them. Just fight. With everything you have." The screen went black. Jisoo sat in silence, tears on her face. Her phone beeped with an emergency alert. She rushed back to the command center. "Guardian is returning," someone said as she entered. "It's damaged but still functioning." On the screen, they watched Guardian limping back toward Earth. Behind it, the collector fleet continued forward, now moving faster. "It slowed them down," said Admiral Hangill. "But they're still coming." Guardian docked at Lunar Command again. Its once smooth hull was now scarred and burned. Parts of it were missing entirely. Jisoo was the first to go inside. She found Guardian's central core dim but still working. "Why didn't you tell us the whole truth?" she asked. "About who built you? About me and Taeho? Would you have believed me?" Guardian replied, its voice weaker than before. "Humans struggle to accept their own future involvement in events." Taeho joined them, staring in wonder at the damaged ship. "You knew us in that other time," he said. "You knew we would survive and build you." "Yes," Guardian answered. "In that timeline, you two led the last of humanity. And now you must do it again. But this time, to victory, not just survival." Admiral Hangill stared at the battle plans laid out before him. Next to Earth's defensive positions was a hologram of the collector fleet. The alien ships were now past Mars and moving steadily toward Earth. "We have no choice," he finally said. "We need Guardian's help." The leaders in the room looked surprised. The Admiral had been the strongest voice against trusting the mysterious warship. "What changed your mind?" asked Defense Minister Jae-woo. Admiral Hangill pointed to the screen showing Guardian's battle recordings. "They destroyed 3 of our observation posts near Jupiter without slowing down. Their weapons are beyond anything we have. We can't win alone." Jisoo and Taeho exchanged glances. They had both seen the evidence of the other timeline. They knew what would happen if Earth fought without Guardian's help. "Guardian has agreed to coordinate with us," Jisoo said, "but it needs access to our defense systems." The Admiral nodded slowly. "Do it, but I want our people monitoring everything." Engineers work day and night, connecting Guardian's advanced systems to Earth's defense network. It was like joining ancient technology with something from a dream. Guardian's blue lights pulsed throughout Lunar Command as its AI spread into Earth's computers. "It's upgrading our weapons," one engineer reported with amazement. "Our missiles now have twice the range and power." Jae-soo worked alongside Guardian systems, trying to understand the technology from the future. "How badly are you damaged?" she asked the AI. My primary systems are at 68% capacity, Guardian replied. Enough to fight, but not enough to ensure victory. Tai-Ho was assigned to lead a small fleet of Earth's best ships. They would fight alongside Guardian when the collectors arrived. I need to know everything about how they fight, he told Guardian during briefing. Their weaknesses, their patterns. Guardian displayed detailed holograms of the collector ships. They attack in groups of 3. They target communication systems first, then weapons. They never retreat. The room fell silent as Guardian's words sank in. In the original timeline, Tai-Ho asked, how did Earth's forces fight? Separately, Guardian answered. Each nation, each fleet tried to defend its own territory. The collectors defeated them one by one. Admiral Hangill stepped forward. That won't happen this time. Earth fights as one. The day before the collectors would reach Earth's orbit, Tai-Ho visited Jisoo in the lab. She was still working with Guardian systems. Are you afraid? He asked quietly. Jisoo looked up from her computer. Yes, but also hopeful. We have something they didn't have before. Guardian, Tai-Ho said. Not just Guardian, Jisoo replied. Knowledge. We know what's coming. We're united. We've had time to prepare. Alarms sounded throughout the base. The collectors had increased speed again. They would reach Earth in hours, not days. In the command center, Guardian's hologram appeared next to Admiral Hangill. I must reveal my full capabilities now, the AI said. Some of my weapons systems have remained dormant to prevent detection. On screen, they watched as Guardian transformed. Parts of its hull shifted, revealing weapons unlike anything they had seen. Energy began to build around the warship. What are those? The Admiral asked, his eyes wide. Temporal disruption cannons, Guardian explained. They don't just destroy their targets. They remove them from the timeline briefly. It creates chaos in their fleet communication. Jisoo understood then why the ship called itself Earth's last weapon. It wasn't just a dramatic name. In that other timeline, it truly had been the last hope humanity created before the end. As the first wave of collector ships appeared on the edge of lunar orbit, Earth's united fleet moved into position. At the center, Guardian led the way, its blue lights now burning bright white with power. The battle for Earth's timeline was about to begin. Space lit up with fire and light as the battle began. Earth's ships, guided by Guardian's tactics, moved in perfect formation. This was nothing like the scattered defense of the original timeline. Captain Tai-Ho's voice was steady as he gave orders. All ships, stay in your groups. Target the ship's Guardian marks. Don't break formation no matter what. The collectors' first wave attacked with brutal force. Their weapons cut through space, aimed at Earth's defenses. But Guardian had predicted their moves. Earth's ships were already moving to safer positions. They're targeting our communication satellites, reported Eunji from her station. Just as Guardian said they would, Tai-Ho replied. Switch to the backup system. In the command center on the moon, Jisoo watched the battle with Admiral Hangill. Guardian's hologram stood beside them, its blue light flickering as it processed thousands of decisions per second. The first wave is just testing our defenses, Guardian said. The main fleet is approaching. We need to change our strategy. Admiral Hangill looked concerned. What do you suggest? Guardian's hologram displayed a map of the space near Earth. It highlighted a point between Earth and the moon. We need to lure the main collector fleet to this exact location, Guardian explained. There is a natural phenomenon here that my sensors detect. Your science does not yet have a name for it. Jisoo studied the map. What kind of phenomenon? A microfold in spacetime, almost too small to detect, but large enough for my purposes. Admiral Hangill frowned. And how do we lure them there? Make them think Earth's main defense system is at that location. I will project energy readings that will attract their attention. The plan was put into action. Earth's ships pulled back, making it seem like they were protecting something important at the position Guardian had marked. Taiho's fleet took position behind the moon, hidden but ready. The main collector fleet arrived, hundreds of ships moving as one great predator. They took the bait, concentrating their forces at the point Guardian had chosen. Now, Guardian communicated to all Earth ships. All forces engage according to Plan Omega. Earth's fleet emerged from hiding, surrounding the collectors. Guardian moved to the center of the trap, directly over the space-time fold. Inside Guardian's control room, Jisoo worked frantically. She had insisted on being aboard during the final phase. "The main weapon is charging," she reported to Taiho over the comlink. "Guardian says it will be ready in 60 seconds. Taiho's voice came back tense but determined. "We'll hold them as long as we can." The battle reached its peak. Earth ships were being destroyed, but they fought with everything they had. The collectors, sensing a trap, tried to break free of the formation. 30 seconds, Jisoo counted down. Guardian's hull began to glow. Not blue now, but a bright golden light that seemed to bend around it. The space-time fold beneath them was growing, fed by Guardian's energy. "This is why I was built," Guardian told Jisoo. "My primary function is not destruction, but containment. I am Earth's last weapon not because I destroy, but because I remove the threat entirely." 10 seconds, Jisoo said, her voice shaking. The collector ships realized too late what was happening. They turned their weapons on Guardian, pouring energy into the warship from the future. "Now," said Guardian. The golden light expanded outward, enveloping the collector fleet. Time itself seemed to slow down around them. The alien ships froze in place, caught in a moment between moments. "What's happening?" Admiral Hangill asked, watching from Lunar Command. "Guardian has created a temporal stasis field," Jisoo explained, her voice filled with awe. "The collectors are trapped in a bubble of frozen time. They can't move forward or backward. They're just stopped." The light faded slowly, leaving the collector fleet suspended in space, motionless and harmless. Earth's ships kept their distance from the strange sight. Guardian's voice came through all comm systems, weaker than before. "The containment field will hold for approximately 100 years. By then, Earth will be ready to deal with them permanently." 3 days after the battle, Guardian's blue lights had faded to a dim glow. The massive warship sat in its dock at Lunar Command, damaged but still functioning. Jisoo noticed the changes first. Small cracks appeared in Guardian's hull, spreading slowly like ice breaking. "What's happening to you?" she asked, placing her hand on the cool metal surface. "The time travel technology that brought me here is unstable," Guardian explained. "It was never meant to last. I am breaking down at the molecular level." The news spread quickly. Scientists and engineers worked around the clock, trying to find a way to save the ship that had saved Earth. But Guardian itself confirmed what they all feared. "There is no way to stop the process. I was designed this way deliberately." Admiral Hangill, Taiho, Jisoo, and other leaders gathered in Guardian's control room for what they knew would be a final meeting. "Why?" Admiral Hangill asked. "Why design you to self-destruct after completing your mission?" "2 reasons," Guardian replied. "First, my technology should not exist in this time. It would change the course of human development too drastically. Second, in my timeline, we learned that the collectors could track and follow temporal signatures. If I remained active, they might send more ships." Taiho looked troubled. "But there's so much we could learn from you." "And you will," Guardian said. "I have prepared complete data packages of appropriate technology, advances that will help Earth prepare for the future, but not too advanced to disrupt your natural progress." Jisoo wiped tears from her eyes. "You're giving us a head start." "Yes, a better chance than you had before." That evening, Guardian called Jisoo and Taiho alone to the control room. The warship's systems were failing faster now. Many screens were dark, and the lights flickered. I have a personal message for you both, Guardian said. A hologram appeared in the center of the room. It showed the elderly versions of Jisoo and Taiho from the future timeline. If you're seeing this, the older Jisoo said, then our plan worked. Guardian succeeded, and the timeline has changed. The older Taiho nodded. In our world, we met in the ruins after the collectors left. We worked together for 30 years to build Guardian. We became close. The older couple held hands in the hologram. They looked tired but peaceful. We don't know if you two will follow the same path in this new timeline, the older Jisoo continued. But we hope you at least have the chance we never did, to live in peace, to see Earth heal and grow. The hologram faded. Jisoo and Taiho stood in silence, looking at each other with new understanding. The next morning, Guardian announced it had only hours left. The warship transferred its final data to Earth's systems. As the process completed, Guardian's voice addressed everyone at Lunar Command. My mission is complete. The collectors are contained. Earth is safe. The timeline is changed. The blue lights pulsed one last time, bright and beautiful. Then, slowly, Guardian began to dissolve. Not with fire or explosion, but with gentle light. The ship broke down into millions of tiny particles that glowed like stars, floating upward and outward. In just minutes, where the massive warship had been, there was only empty space. 1 month later, Earth began construction of its first true deep space vessel. Using the knowledge Guardian had left behind, humans prepared to take their place among the stars. On the bridge of this new ship, Captain Taiho and Chief Engineer Jisoo stood side by side, looking out at the stars. They wore new uniforms with a special patch, a sleek warship silhouette against a blue background. Do you think we'll ever know exactly who sent Guardian back? Jisoo asked. Taiho smiled. In a way, I think we already do. Above them, the ship's new AI system came online, its voice warm and familiar. All systems ready, it said. The Guardian program is active. Earth is protected. The future that would never be had given humanity a second chance, and this time, they would be ready.